Our lesson number 2 is about circular washer. In this case, the general method works equally well when the axis of rotation is not a part of the boundary of the plane area revolved. So for example, if we have example of this, let's say we have two curves. This first curve here is a function of f of x, and the other one is the function g of x. So in this case, if we are going to revolve this figure with respect to the x-axis, di natin pwedeng i-apply dito yung idea ng CDM or yung circular disk method o yung tinatawag nating TISO method. Kasi in this case, magkakaroon tayo ng hollow solids of revolution. So if that would be the case, we are just going to take a representative area, no? So, itong area na to, siya yung papaikutin natin dito sa x-axis. So, this strip here has the distance of y sub 1 from the x-axis, yung lower limit, and the upper limit is the y sub 2. Now, kung papaikutin natin to siya sa x-axis, because in this case, our x-axis here is our axis of revolution. So, pag pinaikot natin siya dito sa x-axis natin, ay makakabuo tayo ng ganitong figure. And in this case, we generate a hollow solid of revolution. So, we may consider as elements a circular ring or washer for revolving the approximating rectangle in the figure as shown, which is inscribed between the given curves about the x-axis, whose volume is the volume of the circular disk with the radius of y sub 2 minus the volume of the disk of the radius, the y sub 1, which is, in this case, has the thickness of the dx. Now, so kung babalikan natin yung idea, itong rectangle na to ay yung pinaikot natin dito sa x-axis natin. This is the thickness of dx. So kapag ito ay pinaikot natin, mabubuo natin itong figure na to, ito yung kulay dilaw, no? Yan yung circular ring natin or washer. Now, in this case, kung pasimplihin natin yung mga bagay-bagay, alam natin na itong dalawang to, no? So, alam natin na kung titingnan natin sa figure, itong buong circle, no? So, magkakaroon tayo ng dalawang volume. Yung isang volume ay itong dilaw at yung isang volume ay itong kinulayan ko ngayon lang, yung kulay green, which is the hollow part. So, kung titingnan natin sa cross-section, ayan. So, kung titingnan natin dito sa view na to, so dito tayo titingin. Ito, galing sa x-axis, kung ito yung location ng x-axis. Itong distance na to, this is your y1. And this distance here, this is your y2. Now, kung titingnan natin, ang kailangan lang natin na area ay itong part na to. So, paano lang tayo nagsosolve nito ng donut? And as you can see here, since kailangan lang natin itong may kulay na to, kailangan nating computin yung area, no? Yung area nitong malaking circle minus yung area nitong circle na kinalayan ko ng green. So, for this area, no, we would have the area of the larger circle minus the area of the smaller circle. The area of the larger circle here is pi multiplied by the radius, which is y sub 2. So this is y sub 2 square for the larger circle minus the area of the smaller circle, that is equal to pi. Y sub 1 is the radius squared. So, as we can see here, if we are going to take the differential of the volume, since etong thickness na to, this is now the dx. So, since our differential volume is just equal to the area, no, multiplied by the thickness, which is the dx. So substituting the area, we would have here pi y sub 2 squared minus pi y sub 1 squared multiplied by the dx. So if we are going to compute for the volume, we would have the volume, if this is revolved in the x-axis, that is just equal to the integral. Since common naman yung pi sa kanila, we can factor that out. We have here pi. That would be the y sub 2 squared minus y sub 1 squared dx. Now, since we are in x, so ibig sabihin, yung magiging limit natin dito will be from this point A here up to this point B. So we have limit from point A up to point B. Provided that our y sub 1 is less than y sub 2. So in a similar manner, if we are going to have our curve, no? So in a similar manner, kapag meron tayong circular washer oriented in this direction, naka-horizontal naman siya, itong thickness na to, this is our dy. So, and of course, from the axis, we have the radius for the smaller circle, yung hollow, no? That is equal to x sub 1, and the radius for the bigger circle is x sub 2. So, we would have here our volume is equal to pi integral of x sub 2 squared minus x sub 1 squared multiplied by the thickness of dy. And what about our limit? So yung limit natin dito, since this is in y, no, kasi kung ang magiging scenario will be this one, so magiging ganito kasi yung scenario niyan. Kung ganito yung magiging scenario, so since naka-y tayo, yung magiging limit natin will be from point C up to point D. Itong part na to, this is our y-axis in this case. So, limit natin dito will be from point C up to point D. Provided in here that the x sub 1 should be less than x sub 2.